Joe Rogan's right. You can't just dismiss Christianity and Jesus Christ. You can't. You cannot dismiss Christ. If we don't answer to a higher intelligence of some sort, and Jesus being the one figurehead that everyone agrees existed, whether he existed just as a man or whether Jesus is God, look, that's how you want to play that. That's up to you. I believe that Jesus is God. Beside the point. He was the most moral man that ever lived, and everybody can agree that he was nailed to a cross without protest. Without Protestant. By throwing the baby out with the bathwater, you throw everything away. Christianity, like it or not, is the basis of Western law. It's the basis for law. It's what law was based on. The Ten Commandments, the Golden Rule, Magna Carta. That's what law was based on. Magna Carta is our Bill of Rights. We do have a Bill of Rights. It's called Magna Carta 1215. And people seem to forget it exists. Our common law is based on Christian law. It's the most socially cohesive and workable law that there is. It works. By throwing the baby out with the bathwater and letting atheists take control of our law system, now look what we have. Look at what we have. We've got a mess. Laws to cover laws. It's just like lies to cover lies. No different. Bad law after bad law, all based on trying to fix a law that was implemented in the past, because you've turned your back on actual law. L-O-R-E. Now we have all capitals L-A-W. Look it up, there's a difference. An historical difference. Don't take my word for it, there is. Right? By throwing Christ out of our schools, out of our homes, out of our lives, we have thrown morality out of our schools, homes and lives. There's no morals out there anymore. Nobody has morals. Everybody is deriving what they think to be right and moral from within their own self, rather than a higher authority. And a higher authority is not born on this earth. A higher authority is not just someone in a suit that deems himself to have authority. A higher authority is Christ. Someone who actually lived right, lived morally. Someone who actually showed us how to live morally. Showed us how to live, love and die like a real fucking man. Showed us that we have responsibilities and we also have freedoms. And we have the freedom to choose, so long as we hurt no other man, woman or child. We do not cause loss, bereavement, hardship to anybody else. We do not interfere with their lives. That's law. That's the law that should be upheld. Not the legislation that we have now being enforced, which is causing hardship. It's causing bereavement. It's causing loss. Who has the right to take things from anybody else just because they say they have the right to? They give themselves powers to do so. They take your cars and crush them. They lock your car up. They take your license away based on a hunch that you then have to get overturned in a kangaroo court. That's not law. That's a racket. That's all it is. It's a fucking racket. Again, we keep playing their fucking game. They'll keep fucking making us play it. You keep picking up the dice and they'll keep fucking whacking it over you. They stand to profit from it. Think about that. Your loss is their gain. Every time. Your loss is their gain. What you stand to lose, they stand to profit. Not P-R-O-P-H-E-T, Trent. P-R-O-F-I-T. Like Bob Marley said, all governments are illegal. They are. They're unlawful. They're a racket. They're grubs. Since when does the council even the council aren't local government? We voted against it twice. So they whacked it in through the state parliaments. Who gave state parliament any authority? The only authority they have is that which we allow them to have, and we keep allowing them to have more and more and more authority because we're fucking idiots. You don't have to be a church-going, raving, Bible-bashing lunatic to see the common sense in the fact that we had a perfectly good law system that worked well for everybody. Bad actors simply got fucking banished from the town that they were in. We don't want you living here, you're no good. Go elsewhere. Eventually they'd run out of places to go and they'd have to start acting right. You don't need people to rule over people. No man should rule over another man, woman or child. It's not right. It's not right. Giving people more powers, come on, authority, that's not how you deal with things. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's a very true saying. The more authority you give people, the more they want. The more they want to wield it. The more they yield, the more they wield. There's one for you, I just made it up. It's pretty true though, isn't it? The more power they yield, the more power they want to wield. They don't have powers. They have authority. Authority that we let them run away with. Joe Rogan's absolutely right. There is certainly something to be said for those who live by God's laws, or by living by the examples of Jesus Christ. Which is questionable if that's his name. That's beside the point, because Jesus is a Roman name and Yeshua was a Hebrew Jew. How is it spelled? Y-H-W-H. There are no vowels in the Hebrew language. So it's Yahuwah. That's trivial. The fact of the matter is we have wandered so far from the path. That's straight and narrow. We've wandered so far from the path of what's right and wrong, to what's legal and illegal. There are a lot of wrong things you can do that are legal. And a lot of right things that we do that are illegal. As an example of something wrong that we do that's legal, almost mandated. The over-giving of charity, creating charity cases everywhere. People who won't fend for themselves, they won't stand on their own 2 feet, to the point they'd rather be homeless because they get fed by the community and all their welfare payments get pissed up the wall, and then they just become a problem for society, for the community they live in. It's not wrong to run those people out of town or to say straighten up and fly right. If you really want to help them, put them into a rehab and teach them how to live properly. They've probably never been taught how to live properly. They've probably never been taught how to pay their bills, how to cook, how to clean themselves up properly. They probably came from bad homes. If you just keep feeding them, they're not going to fix themselves because they don't know how. Now that's a crime in itself, isn't it? These people end up with mental problems, psychological issues, because they just can't figure out how to do life. The basics. We're letting those people down by giving them endless charity. Even Christ said that himself. There's some people that you just got to stop giving them charity and teach them how to live. And if they refuse to learn that, if they refuse to live right, you need to turn your back on those people, because they will only drag you down. They will drag the community down that they live in. Look around. I think we would do well to get back to some of those basics and to throw all this neo bullshit out the fucking window. All this neo-Nazi, neo-communist, neo-socialist bullshit parading as fucking democracy. Throw it out the window. Turn your back on it. Ignore it, because it's rubbish. The more you comply with it, the further it's going to drag you down the fucking hole. It's not there for you. It's there for them. Absolutely, Joe Rogan's right. I'll leave a link to his argument about it in the description, because he puts it far more eloquently than I ever could. I'm not that eloquent with my words. I'm probably a bit too blunt for that. Probably because I don't care really who I upset. I'm not here to make friends. I just want to live my life and be left alone. But I can't be, can I? Why? Because you all keep playing the fucking game that drags me into it. I don't want to get dragged into it. I don't want anything to do with it. It's petty, it's childish, it's silly. Why should we keep paying taxes the way we do? For what? For what? to keep giving it away to other countries so that they can have proxy wars. It's all proxy wars. There was never a war between Russia and Ukraine. It's a proxy war that America waged through NATO. Always fucking got a problem with the Reds, haven't they? Maybe the Reds are a bit like me and just want to be left alone. You ever think about that? Because I think that's what it is. Anywho. Yea, woe to thee, for they worship me in vain. Yet they teach the laws of men as doctrine. I love that line. I love that. It's in Matthew, in the Bible. Can't remember what verse. You'll find it in under Matthew. Spot on. As long as we've been doing that, we've been going backwards, haven't we? We're pretty much back to the Roman Empire days, aren't we now? With the Roman sandal on the side of our face forever. That's how we're going to wind up if we don't sort ourselves out. Rome never fell. It was destroyed from the inside out so that they could spread around the world. We are still under Roman imperial control. That ain't no law.